If you are applying for a PhD or planning to do a PhD, then this video is for you. Today I am going to talk about latest advertisement of PhD at IIT Delhi. So the first most important thing is the date of registration has already begun. It is from 15 March to 24th of April. You can apply between these times. If you are a BTech student, BTech final year, or already have done BTech or MTech student, you can apply for PhD. Although for BTech student there are certain conditions which we have to fulfill to apply for this, but I think all MTech candidate can apply for this. First we will look upon this advertisement, and then we also look on eligibility criteria and other things that are required for PhD or important for PhD. So this advertisement is for IIT Delhi and forms are already open. You can apply. So these are the departments. You can see all departments are mentioned here. Whichever department you belong, you can apply. And there are sub departments also. And there is one thing I like to mention is that one candidate can apply maximum 3 departments. So for example, if you are mechanical student, you can maximum apply in 3 departments. First will be mechanical core department, and you can also apply into interdisciplinary department like energy studies, or you can also apply in design, or there are some other interdisciplinary department like biotech. So one candidate can apply in 3 departments. So he will have 3 interviews. Each interview will be separate, and you can be selected in one, two, or maybe all. Then you have to choose which you want to go. So for maximum chance, if you are planning to do a PhD, you can apply in all. But if you are sure that you want to do PhD in specific area only, then you should apply on that department only. So I think this rule is in most of IITs applicable, because in my personal experience I applied in 3: IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, and IISc Bangalore, and all three have same criteria that we can apply in 3 departments, and each interview will be taken separately. So this is one important thing that most of candidates don't know. So if they want to increase their chance of selection, they should apply in all departments. They have to write SOP of all, and there will be separate application for all the 3 departments. You should have to take care of that. So some interdisciplinary research program also mentioned here, and we will also look upon the detailed advertisement of that, which we will discuss at later. So these are department you can look from here, and the dates you have to take care of. So what is the procedure eligibility? So this is the minimum marks eligibility. If you have 60% marks, 55% for SC/ST in PWD, and you have MTech degree, then you can apply for PhD. So application procedure is simple. You have to go IIT website, and there is a registration fees for 200, and SC/ST PW candidate are waived off, and they have to pay 50 rupees. So they have to pay less as compared to general candidates. So these are the things about department and registration fees and dates. So now we will look on information browser. In information browser, all the details given, that in detailed manner, like what are eligibility, how much internship you will get, what is the duration, or what is the minimum course criteria. So we will look upon important details. You can find these documents on directly going by IIT Delhi websites. I can show you. So this is IIT Delhi website, and they have mentioned the advertisement is given in both Hindi and English, and also below it information browser is given, so you can download it from here. So now we will see in information browser all the details are given. So we are going to highlight mainly on PhD in this video. So the first thing that candidates after interview, after selection have to do is credit. The MTech student have to fulfill 12 credits in 1 or 1.5 years. BTech student have to do 20 credits. So that is the thing after selection. So before selection, what should you have? What is the eligibility condition? We will discuss first. So for BTech student, if you are from IIT, NIT or central funded institute, you can directly apply without any gate score, but there must be CGPA of 8 out of 10. This is mandatory condition. So if you have CGPA 8 out of 10 or more than it, you can apply, and there are very high chances of selection, because the shortlisting is based on your CGPA academic performance. Then the next criteria is your college. If you are good from good college, then there are chances of selection are very high. So if you are BTech student from any IIT, NIT or central funded institute, then there are very high chance that you can go for direct PhD. For other candidates, they can also apply based on BTech. What are the conditions? They should have 70% or 7 CGPA plus they have very good score in GATE. So this condition is not applicable for central funded institute. That is the biggest advantage they have. But if you are from private or any other college, then also you can take direct PhD admissions. So most of people don't know this. They thought that we can do PhD after MTech only, but it is not true. You can go for PhD after BTech also, but you should have at least 7 CGPA and good score, and you can apply. And I think taking admission in PhD is easy as compared to MTech, I think, because MTech gate cutoff are nowadays are going very high for IIT admission, but in PhD the main criteria is your interview if you are shortlisting, and gate cutoff for PhD generally are lower as compared to MTech, but in MTech there are no interview, so you are directly selected in most of IITs based on gate score only. So for MTech, it is more easier. The eligibility criteria are also less. If you are MTech student, you should have say 6 CGPA, and for scholarship, you should have qualified gate. Qualified gate means you should have marks around 30 to 33 from 100. You should just need to be qualified. So if you are from good college, like you have done MTech from IIT, NIT or any good college, and you have qualified gate and you have good basic knowledge, then there are high chances that you can easily get selected in IIT. So we have three categories, and each category have different qualification. For MTech student, they just need to have 6 CGPA plus get qualified. Just qualified is sufficient, and also they should have good knowledge. For central funded institute, they must have CGPA of 8, and they can be directly selected based on interview. They don't need gate criteria. And for other candidates, if they directly want to go from BTech to PhD, they must have 7 CGPA. Get qualified will not be sufficient. He must have good gate score. So this is all about eligibility. Now we will talk about some other things like credit system. As I have already mentioned, if you are MTech student, then you have to do minimum 12 credits. Each subject is 3 or 4 credits, so you have to do about 4 to 5 subjects in 1 year, or maximum limit is 1.5 year, but generally all students complete it in 1 year only. For BTech student, you have to do 20 credits, so you have to do about 6 to 7 courses in the first or 1.5 years of your PhD. Also there are some other criteria also. If there are sponsored candidate also and part-time candidate also. Part-time candidate don't get any scholarship. So if you are PSU employee or doing job in private company, then you can also opt for part-time PhD. There are some minimum condition of work experience. You should have at least 1 year of work experience. In some cases the work experience is nil. You can see detailed advertisement by information browser, but you won't get any scholarship. This is the disadvantage of part-time for part-time candidates. Sponsored candidate are those, there are some seats that are sponsored. Sponsored means some company will fund your scholarship. Other candidates, normal PhD candidates get scholarship from institute only, but sponsored candidate get scholarship from some company or some funded institutes. So these are known as sponsored candidates. Also, one important thing I want to mention, that you can take admission in PhD at any time of year. You can also take admission in June July session, or you can also take admission in December session. So this is also a one thing that student generally don't know, that you can take admission in PhD at both semesters. And also one thing, same thing is applicable for MS. Generally most of students are confused that what is the difference between MS and MTech. So major difference lies their name only. MS means Master in Science. So most of student who do MS always go for PhD because it is related to research field only. Also, you can take admission in MS in both semesters. You can also take in December, or you can also take in June session. And also one thing, for MS also there is no gate criteria for NIT, IIT or central funded institutes. But for MTech, gate criteria is must. Also, duration of MTech is 2 years, while MS duration depend upon 2 to 3 years. Minimum time is 2, and you can also go for 3 years. So this is the main difference. I will summarize all these things. There are some other things also you can see from here, but I think I have covered. These are about fees and hostel mess charges. You can see from this. So I summarize what I have said. So what you have to focus, if you are central funded institute, NIT, IIT or state government institute. If you are BTech, 8 CGPA or above plus interview. This condition is sufficient, and this is for direct PhD. If you are from other college, BTech student, so your percentage should be greater than 70% and good gate score. This is must, because otherwise you will not be shortlisted. Plus interview will be there for all. So you can also go for direct PhD. For MTech student, CGPA must be, their MTech CGPA must be greater than 6 or 60%, and also gate qualified only. Get qualified for scholarship, otherwise they won't get any scholarship. Monthly stipend, which is about 31,000. So this is eligibility for MTech students. The remaining difference is after taking admission in credit system, that I already mentioned. So I will also tell about scholarship. You will get 31K per month. This is your scholarship for sponsored and normal PhD candidate. For sponsored, it will come from respective companies or industries, but for an institute student, it will come from MHRD. Plus, if hostel is not allotted, then you will also get 28%, 24% HRA, which will be around 74 for. So this is for first 2 years. Next 3 years you will get 35k plus 24% HRA. So this amount will also be higher because 24% of 35, that will be greater than this. So, and also if you are married student, you can avail quarter facility in campus. So this is about PhD. If you have any queries, you can comment me or you can email me on this email ID. Okay, thank you.